Sorry for the weird angle. This is just my setup for right now. But today is another Sewing for Sam Sunday. But we are starting this off with me trying to fix the mistake I did from last week. So, last week, do you guys remember when I made the little outfit using this fabric? So I wanted to try to use scraps and just to kind of make things last a little bit longer. So I was like, okay, well, let me try to like cut this out and applique. It's kind of crooked, which I'm okay with, just because appliquing on like stretchy fabric is more difficult than I would have expected. But anyway, so it's a little off center, but I think it'll be generally fine. Anyway, does anybody else see the glaring mistake I've made? Anybody? Yeah, I did not do right side, or I searched on the wrong thing. So, I got really frustrated last time. Also, I was kind of tired, so that probably contributed to it. So anyway, so I was like, oh, you know what? I was just sitting there listening to the Nostalgia podcast, which is an awesome Disneyland podcast. If you have not checked it out, you totally should. They have been getting some really like good, interesting interviews. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think I've consistently listened to the episodes in months, but what I'm starting to like to do with a lot of podcasts, not all, but a lot of podcasts is like, I like to build them up and then just binge them. And I don't know, that just seems to be our culture, right? Where it's like, we don't want to watch, we don't want to have to wait, you know. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to lie. I teaching patience to Sam, I think, I'm not worried about it, but I'm just like starting to think about how to make him a little bit more patient. Is that any less weird? Just because our culture just really seems like the need for immediate gratification, and I'm really like, and I'm part of it. Like, I'm not saying I'm exempt at all. Anyways, so I just thought I would chit chat with you guys while I'm trying to fix my mistake. I know that there is a faster way to undo seam ripping, but this is the way I'm going to do it because I don't have to pay a ton of attention. So this is going to be a slow seam rip. Alright, so now getting to some things that I want to talk to you guys about. Man, I am just feeling the absence of having a pet in my life a lot. And it's probably because we played Jackbox and we hung out with Eric's sister and her family last night, and they're fostering some new kittens and they are adorable. Absolutely adorable. So I am without a doubt definitely a dog person. Like, I love dogs. But when I was younger, I used to be more of a cat person. And so my mom is not a cat person, and she tried so hard when I was younger to make me like dogs more than cats, which, knowing my personality, probably just made me be like all the more stubborn and be like, I like cats, you know, cats are the best, which cats are awesome. And so I had a cat growing up. I got her the Christmas when I was 5 years old, and I loved her. Basically no one else in the entire world loved her. She didn't really like anybody except for me, and it was probably because I think my brother was like 2.5 or something, and so he was like, when he was that young, he was still struggling with like petting the cat gently and just having a lot of energy and stuff like that. So anyway, so she was like mostly my cat. And so my sister-in-law, they're fostering kittens, and my heart is melting. They are adorable. They are super sweet. And like, and we were just playing Jackbox, which I have told you guys about before. It's just like kind of like simple games we could all kind of like play together on Zoom and stuff like that. And she had like kitten, like a tiny little kitten just sitting on her shoulder, keeping her company. And my heart was melting, like absolutely melting. So sweet, so adorable. And it was like, oh my gosh, if Sam is a cat person, I'll be okay with that. Eric is a cat person. He really likes cats. And then my brother who lives in Texas, the only brother I have, my brother and sister-in-law, they have a ton of animals. They have a Phoebe. She is an Italian Greyhound. She's so funny. She is all personality, that little one. She is demanding and difficult, but sweet and cuddly all at the same time. And I think she's hilarious. And then they have Wendy. Oh, and they had Phoebe, the Italian Greyhound, since she was a puppy. And Wendy, she was like they adopted her, and she was like an ex-racing Greyhound. So she was a full-size Greyhound, but she was like the runt of her litter. And so even like she has like racing marks in her ears, but they couldn't actually race her because even though she's super fast, she was just too small to be able, for Greyhound size, to be able to like seriously compete. So they rescued her. She's a really good dog. She needs to go to a doggy therapist though, because she has lots of anxiety issues. Cause they've like, the dogs have like stayed with us when Robert and Erica, my brother and sister-in-law, were making the move from Texas to California. They ended up like living with us for like a month or something. I don't know how long. And Wendy, their regular size Greyhound, is very afraid of ceiling fans. Does not like ceiling fans. And like random things. Like she is afraid whenever I would open one of our blinds. She didn't like that. Anyway, but she's a really good dog. Like she's really good. Obedient. Very, like, doesn't get, well, she sometimes gets into things, but not really. But she's a really, really good dog. My brother loves her. And then they have a cat. We've only met the cat once. When we went out on our road trip, and the cat was still like pretty young. I think still in the kitten phase, but not like a tiny kitten. His name is Thad, and it was so funny because like I think of cats as being graceful, as being graceful, but this cat was clumsy, and it was hilarious. And then and it was also funny because Phoebe, the like tiny Italian Greyhound who was like smaller than the cat, was being such a bully because the cat was annoying her. So like I was sitting on the recliner, and like Phoebe and Thad was like, they were like both laying on my lap, and then out of nowhere, for no reason, Phoebe just pushed it like with her nose, like, and just like headbutts Thad like just off the recliner, just because she was like, I'm tired of seeing you in my vision, in my line of vision. Anyway, so they have those animals. And then I think it's this March they got a new puppy. They got a Great Dane. Her name is Lucy. And I love big, solid dogs. And I cannot stop thinking about this dog. Like, I want to meet, like, sadly, because of everything going on, and they live in Texas, and because of the pandemic, and I'm pregnant, I'm not going to be able to meet Lucy when she's a puppy, and I'm so sad about that. Because she seems like, well, she's, first of all, gigantic. Like, because she's a Great Dane. And I think she's a little bit on the bigger side. So Wendy was like the runt, and I think she's a little bit on the bigger side of her, like, litter or whatever. And so I am dying to meet her. She, from the pictures and stuff like this, she seems to like adore my brother, and she just like, so like when she's all stretched out, she takes up like their entire couch, and I just think that is hilarious. And and Robert and Erica are such good pet owners. They really are. They spoil their pets. They take such good care of it. I know these dogs are going to be, like, Lucy is going to just be so, so, so happy. And then they'll like send us videos, and it's so funny because like Wendy and even Phoebe, who's the Italian Greyhound, are like so fast. Like they're just really, really fast runners. And then so they'll send them videos of the dogs playing in the backyard, and like Wendy and Phoebe will be like running like all around the perimeter of their backyard, like doing whatever. And then poor Lucy, who's like, I think she might be bigger than even Wendy, the big Greyhound right now. It's just like just trying to keep up, but like doing small inner circles and can't even begin to keep up. And so it's so funny. So anyway, so seeing all these different things is really making me like miss having a dog, or miss having a pet, specifically a dog. But like even Stephanie's, Eric's sister's kittens that she's fostering is like, oh man, I do like kittens too. Cats or dogs, those are basically the only animals we will probably let Sam have, because actually I would not consider myself like an all animal person. Like I can't handle any sort of reptilian animal, turtles, lizards freak me out. I can't do, like, even backyard lizard. If I see a lizard in the backyard, like, nope, going back in the house. Also, basically, any excuse to go back in the house I'll take. Anyway, and then, of course, my beloved dog, one of the great loves of my life. I loved her more than, like, probably 90% of the people I've ever met. Maybe 95, 97. I loved her more than most people. My golden retriever mix of a dog, finally. I really, really miss her. But, anyway, she passed away a couple of years ago. Anyway, so yeah, so I've had one dog and one cat and though, like, obviously these weren't mine. Like, finally, my dog loved my dad the most. Not even, like, no hiding it. Like, she for sure loved me too, and Mom, and Robert, and she loved, she loved Eric a lot too. And I was like, hey, he's only been here for a little while, how come he's getting in your good graces so fast? But anyway, so I'm just kind of like dreaming of when we'll be able to get a pet again. I know it's not going to be anytime soon because, well, for a lot of reasons, but one of them being like the financial reasons of, if we have another pet, I want to make sure that we will be able to provide the best health care that we can for the pet. And it's just so hard to know what, like, if the pet will have any special needs or anything like that, I just want to make sure that I would be able to properly take care and give the pet what we need, so not going to happen anytime soon. Plus, I'm going to have babies soon, so there's no way I'm going to have that kind of responsibility. So I'm just, like, Eric and I have been dreaming. When I say Eric, I mean me. I have been dreaming, and Eric is just basically letting me dream because he does not think this far in advance, which is fine. Like, if we both were dreaming, we would probably have minor fights over something that'll happen in like 5-10 years. So he just lets me dream and go with it. So I'm like, when is the best time, like, when can I have a goal of getting a pet? Now, when I say pet, I'm thinking dog, because that's what I want. I would like a golden retriever, mutt, or mix that we rescue from an animal shelter. Basically, I would like my dog reincarnate, finally reincarnate, which I know, like, obviously each dog is going to have their own personality and stuff like that, but definitely I'm like very firm. I would like a golden retriever mix, because finally had, like, she was a mutt. We got her from the animal shelter, and she was a golden retriever mix, and she had like no health, nothing. Like, she was the easiest in every aspect until the end, she was so easy, such a perfect dog and fit for our family. So probably, like, this is what Eric and I have theoretically decided, of course us not knowing the future at all, is whenever, so I am guessing that Sam will probably get into some sort of sports at some time in his life. I just have a feeling that's probably inevitable, unless he has my personality, and then he will be like, I don't even want to think about sports or hear any sort of sports reference because I don't like sports. But I highly doubt that we're going to get, that my son will be like a male form of me. I don't think he'll get that from me. And so I have a feeling he is probably going to want to be into some sort of sports because my side of the family, like my brother, he did all of the sports and he was pretty good at them too. He was never, don't take this the wrong way if you're watching Robert, but he was never like the superstar, but he was like always a good, solid player, you know. At least that's what I thought, in my opinion. And my dad is really into sports, and my mom, like, she is not into sport. Well, she played some sports when she was younger, like she played basketball and stuff like that, but like she's not into like watching sports or anything like that. But she loved being like a sports mom and like going to all the games and stuff like that. So my side, and like a bunch of my extended family, like, it's just sports. And then there's me, who hates all things to do with sports. Probably because everybody else sports. And I'm like, let's just stay at home and talk about the books we read. That's what I wanted to do. And Eric's side of the family also into sports and playing sports. And so like, I think probably if you guys have been around, you know, like we try to go, and our niece is into travel softball, and so we would like, if anytime they could come down, like any of their tournaments were like down within driving distance, we would really make it a point to go watch her, to go support her. And then my nephew, now that he's getting a little bit older, well, I think this year was supposed to be his first travel ball baseball year, because I think he's old enough now, but those things aren't happening because of everything that's going on. So sports, I think it's just inevitable that Sammy will probably be into sports, and my guess is probably baseball, because my brother played baseball forever. Like I said, he played like everything basically, but he really played baseball. And then Sam is obviously, because we're still going to try to support Abby and Griffin, our niece and nephew, as much as we can, to go see whatever we can, even though they live in Washington. You know, we're going to try to make it a point to support them as much as we possibly can. So he'll grow up seeing, even though they're older, his like cousins play those. So my guess is he'll probably be if he chooses a sport, my guess, not even meeting this little guy yet, well, I mean, I feel like we're sharing a body, so we know each other, will be he'll probably be into baseball. And so this is all going to make a point, I promise. So my guess is that Sam's first, I need to take a sip. It's like Sam's first Little League season. I will want to like get my, like, know what's going on and kind of be like, kind of involved and stuff like that. And I will want to focus on his first season to like see how this thing goes. Like, okay, this is how it goes. I understand. And watching things. But we are getting a dog. Yes, a family dog. But it is secretly going to be Mom's dog, my dog, his second season of whatever sport he chooses. If he chooses a sport, I will never push him into doing a sport, but I won't discourage him either. Because, man, when we didn't get a dog. We got a dog when I was in 8th grade and Robert was in 6th grade. That's when we got finally. And that helped me so much. Getting a dog helped me have a little bit of a better attitude with the whole sports thing, because man, it takes up, it just eats up your life. It just does. And so it was really hard because we lived, like, I had to go to every game and practice, and it was just really hard for me. And I hate being outside. I still hate being outside. I do not like the outdoors at all. I don't understand the appeal. And anyways, So a dog, having finally really helped me, because like I was just able to, like, basically a lot of the time I would take, finally, if we could go home and go get her, like we didn't have to go straight from school, I would take her, and then I would just be like walking her around in circles, or I would be teaching her tricks in the outfield, and that was awesome. And so, because like even now, I don't like to be around other people unless I'm super comfortable with them. Like, I'm very introverted. I am very antisocial. Like, and it takes me so long to get comfortable, and it's just like, it's hard for me to get to know people. People are just difficult for me. Okay, I'm going to pause. I am not a people person. I really want to work on that though, but I am not a people person. And that is one of the things about having a kid that I am very nervous about, is like interacting with other kids. Not with other kids. Kids I'm actually good. I really like playing, and like kids I'm fine with. I like kids. It's adults. And like interacting with other parents, like all those things are just like are so emotionally draining for me. Also, which explains why I basically don't have any friends, because of that. Anyway, so Sam's second season of baseball, I am going to try to insist we get a dog. Family dog. Get it for Sam, and if he has any other siblings, for other one. But really, it's going to be for Mom, so I could do the same thing that I did, which is I will bring our dog, and then I will go take the dog, walk. And so I will not have to have so much anxiety, and also like I won't feel so drained going to Sam's things, because I won't be interacting with the other parents, because like just being in a social setting, unless it's like with my family or people I'm really close with, like it's almost like I'm done for the day. Like if I have to spend an hour or even like 45 minutes with people that I don't feel like super close to or comfortable, I have to take a nap, like all these, I'm just so like, I can't do it. And so I really want to have a good attitude, and I want to be supportive, and I want to be excited to go to Sam's things, because he's going to be excited about it. But I also know that unless like I get a different personality and I change a lot, interacting with other parents for like a whole game, and baseball lasts forever, is going to be difficult. And even if they're not like super interacting with me, because like I'm pretty sure I give off a vibe of generally like I'm not into talking. I think I give off that vibe. I could be wrong. But of like I think I give off a loner vibe. Which is basically what I am. And so anyway, but like even like hearing other people talk can be overwhelming. So I'm really hoping that we could get a dog, because then I could do the same thing, like, because I already know the spots like I like to sit at, or I would like set up my little chair, which it for baseball things. So we're going to get a dog in like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, whenever, if ever Sam does this. This was weird thoughts that came into my head. This is just weird. I wonder if Eric will think that this is even worth putting up. Maybe not. Maybe not. Anyways, yeah. So my weird parenting anxiety is me being able to have a good attitude, and me being able to interact with other parents or with people, because we'll have to be social, and me making friends, which honestly is just an anxiety I've had my entire life, and it's difficult. But hey, if it's a good excuse to get a dog, it might be worth it, right? And to make my son happy, and to be a good mom and a better person, might all be worth it. Mostly for a dog. Just kidding. All right, so I have unpicked these things, so I'm going to start sewing and I will show you guys what all the results are later. Okay, here's the little outfit I completed. This is in the 6 to 9 month sizes. Don't they look big? Oh, I think he's going to grow so fast. So this part is, they're both by Brindle and Twig. This is the Ringer Tee. It's a free pattern and I made the long sleeve version. And then these little pants are the cuff pants, and that was so fast. I should have timed myself because I think I probably finished them in like 20 minutes or something. These pants are like the easiest things. They're so nice. But anyway, here they are. All right, this is going to be my next project. I'm really hoping I could finish it today. So this is the summer romper. Look at how cute. I'm going to make it out of this like plaid fabric. I got this on clearance at Joann's. I think I got 1.5 yards just because I liked it so much, and it was a total of like $5. It was ridiculous, but I just love the color. So mostly these are usually done in knit fabric, and this is not a stretchy fabric, but they said that they explained how to do it using like not stretchy fabric too, so hopefully it will be fine. Da 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 da. Here is, well, it's harder the 9 to 12 months to get things in shot. So here is the Brindle and Twig summer romper. I think I did a pretty, not perfect, but pretty good job trying to cut these things straight. Man, that was hard. It's actually, weirdly enough, because this camera usually does really well with color, but it's actually an even prettier color in real life. But I'm so excited. Look at these snaps. Still kind of hard to get on and off, but they'll get easier, I'm sure. And then, oh, a little baby butt is going to, apparently a chunky baby butt, man. But look at this. And then it crisscrosses, so cute in the back. I guess it doesn't have to crisscross, but it's kind of angled that way, so it probably should. But this was so easy to put together. Once again, this is like not a stretchy fabric. I really recommend this fabric, or this pattern company. It's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. And I really expected for those sewing projects to take a lot more time, but I think I'm just like understanding how the construction of like baby garments are coming together a little bit more, and so I don't have to like double triple check all these things. Like I kind of just get it, so things are going by a lot faster. Like my goal was to just finish the one I made a mistake on last week and finish this one, and now I'm like, it's 3:30. What else should I do? I don't know. Actually I think I need to do some reading of my baby book probably, but I think that'll end it because I really don't know what other projects I don't have anything prepped. So wow, the glare's bad. Anyway, oh wow, just please forgive my glary glasses. Woo, dancing glare. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe. Lots of baby stuff probably coming, and then Weight Watchers, because I'm going to have to get this baby weight off because it is coming on like crazy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.